Hello guys, happy Sunday. Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend so far. Hope you're having a great day. I've got another fantastic guest joining me today, but before I bring him on, let me say hi to everybody. So we have got joining us today, we've got Mark and Chris, the Bash Brothers. Hey guys, welcome. We have got Colin P. Smith. Good evening to you. Good to see you. Right, you guys were going back and forth in the chat earlier. We have got Latino Slant. Hello, Polly. Welcome. Good to see you, sweetheart. We've got Dadman Walking. Welcome. Bone. Hello to you. John Wong. Welcome. We've got Louise Sparrow. Good evening, sweetheart. Good to see you. Let's see who else has joined us. Psychodwarf 9. Hello, love. Oh, good to see you as always. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome everybody. Adega, hello Adega, good evening. Or good afternoon rather. Hope you're doing well. Guys, as I say, I have got a fantastic guest joining me today. You know him, you love him. He is one of the hardest working guys on YouTube. It is our very own Mexican Ironman.
Is that my cue?
It's your cue, sweetheart.
Oh, she wasn't dressed yet. I was still watching it on the replay. Holy hell, Purple! Oh my God, that intro is like super hot and sexy. Yes, it's Sunday here in the States. I'm already having unholy thoughts. I'm having unholy thoughts. Can you imagine that Mexican Ironman having unholy thoughts about Purple Valkyrie?
To be honest, it would have come as a surprise, honestly, because
total shocker, huh?
Is pure of thought and pure of mind.
Yes. Steve, how many know that? Pure of heart, mind, body, and soul.
Exactly.
Well, not always. Not pure lust when it comes to you.
Oh, sweet talk.
I practiced my R rolls for you today.
Those are getting good. I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, I'm Mexican Ironman, but truth be told, I'm not that Mexican. I mean, if you look at my credit score, my bank balances, not as Mexican as you think. It's kind of, where someone said, Paulie once accused me of being on the board of the Cracker Broadcasting Network of YouTube. I'm like, hey, don't call my white friends crackers, Paulie, Latino slant. You are Mexican. I'm going to quote this from my lightsaber battle. Did you see my lightsaber battle with Paulie?
I did see your lightsaber battle with Paulie, yes.
How did I do?
Well, it seemed like you won.
Not to, well, you thought I won, right?
I thought you won, yeah.
Did I win? I thought so too. Let's just say Paulie has to go to the YMCA summer lightsaber courses. He'll probably be the only 40-year-old guy, sitting there with 8-year-olds, but Paulie definitely needs to go to the lightsaber training. You know what? He needs to take classes from Snowdub's kid. I did a lightsaber battle with Snowdub from the Con Connection.
We love Snowdub.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Con Connection. Wait, what am I? I'm a Slantino. Go subscribe to Paulie at Latino Slant if you haven't already. Mm-hmm. I am a member of the Cotton Connection. Go subscribe to Snowdub Entertainment if you haven't already. See, I got a list of all these plugs I got to do. When everyone wants to tell everybody's going to Purple Valkyrie, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to a Purple Valkyrie show. Oh, by the way, just so you know, I prepared. I've already had a glass of wine to soften me up for you.
Ah, I can't believe you're so nervous, Mexican Ironman.
I'm so nervous. I've been nervous for 3 hours. I'm like, when will this show freaking start? Echo Base Network, never nervous. Loki in the morning, never nervous. 12-hour live stream, DC Comics, no problem. Purple. Because you know how fragile I am with my self-esteem and my self-confidence.
Yes, I do. Everyone thinks that he is, so bombastic and out there, but really he's a gentle soul, aren't you?
Indeed. Basically, the teddy bear of the men is what I could say. Emotionally fragile, giving and loving. If only there was a Purple Valkyrie to cuddle me and hold me.
And speaking of the awesome Snowdub, he sends us a $2 super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. I think this one's for you, Mexican Iron Man.
I find you Mexican Iron Man. Véngase el perro, el perro. Okay, so in the Con Connection, there's this evil. I have several arch enemies. One of my
Okay.
evil arch enemies is El Perro de Rover. Okay, hold on, I'm like a Mexican. El Perro de Rover. So anyway, so it's this freaking dog. He's Antifa. He's totally SJW'd out. He's a total, Kathleen Kennedy supporter. Loves,
Oh,
thinks that everything that the Lucasfilm Group thinks is amazing. He's basically he's MS-13 Nicaraguan dog who is here illegally, and that is and see it's Perro de Rover and characters like that why we needed to finish building that damn wall. Well, see, I
is
just looked at my
this
southern speak right there.
is this the very same that you had a fight in the car park with?
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, so I did something kind of sneaky. So I sent in through utilizing Jarvis. Well, actually, his name is Jarvis. In my Mexican Ironman Spanish-speaking helmet technology, I transmitted a code to ask him to meet an SJW supporter who wanted to donate uh, to the Pero Lives Matter campaign. Where
Yeah.
all brown dog lives matter. But he had to meet me in the parking lot to get the wad of cash. And then when he showed up, I jumped him. I beat the absolute snot out of him. I choked him. I threw him on the floor. I stomped on him. I even drove over him with my SUV. And
Oh my
somehow
god.
this dog managed to make it. Someone took him to the ER, and the dog made a full recovery. So I got to get back to Arizona and finish business. And I'm not doing this for myself, Purple. I'm doing this to protect American borders, to protect American people, protect American way of life, and stand up to these SJWs that are going to confiscate and destroy our comic book narrative.
Mexican Iron Man is a true patriot, people. What can we say?
Indeed. And I got my papers, so I'm Mexican. I'm kind of Mexican. I'm kind of American Iron Man with a Mexican descent. I'm more Mexican American Iron Man. I don't drop me off in Mexico because I couldn't order a pizza. I'll have to order. I have to take Polly or someone that actually speaks Spanish with me. So. El Perro lives in a freaking loser. Just Purple. You think they're down and not coming back, don't they?
Me too. I think what we're going to have to
God,
do
did
at
you
some
see the
point is
WB
get.
announcement?
Which one?
Did you see did you see the WB announcement of what they're going to do with the new Superman show? My Adventures with Superman. Have you seen
Oh,
that? They're going
yes,
to bring
I
an
did.
animated series
Oh,
back.
yes, I
Did
did.
you see that?
Uh,
See, these people, they do. Uh, you know what we need? We need to show Purple Valkyrie stars with Mexican Iron Man. Purple Valkyrie, his Latino mind, the color comes though he isn't Mexican. Okay, Mark Infinitely Tired. I'm not going to dox you, but let's just say Mexican. Let's just say Mark the Infinitely Tired has something in his back pocket that shows that he's kind of more Mexican than I am. Hey, what the heck? My whole community. Hola, Cora Purple. Iron Man is not Mexican. What the hell? Latino
Thank you,
Slam
Polly.
499 throwing his brown brother under the taco bus. What? Latino Slant, you are not my father. You are not also not a Jedi Master. So if you go to Echo Base Network, become a member, sign up for Padawan because your Lightsaber skills are at.
Thank you, Polly. Thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you, sweetheart. So let's kind of drag it back a little bit because I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Can we get a little bit of
Okay.
backstory to Mexican Iron Man? Everybody knows you. Everybody loves you. Obviously, you're everyone on YouTube helping out all the time. So many channels come to you for advice. Where did Mexican
Yeah.
Iron Man start?
In a small town boy like me was born in a Mexican ghetto. In the ghetto. And
Just
his
mixed
mama
like three
cried.
different songs.
Oh, sorry. I was going to sing my way through this. I was going to be like Paulie and Latino Slant. Every live stream was going to sing for like 4 hours. Okay, so, anyways, Psychodorf Night. I always want to do that. Loki never lets me on the show to do that. Can you do that one more time? Just
Go
one more
for it.
time. Psychodorf Night. Oh, I love doing that.
Well done. And thank you, Stanford Dwarf 9. Thank you, sweetheart. It says when they got on the boat, there was only one way to spell Schultz. Ellis became 5. I'm guessing there's more to this super chat than
Like,
than I'm
no, he meant like
getting.
there's 5 different ways to spell Schultz now because they screwed it up at double
Oh, I
side.
see.
Dot, dot,
Okay.
dot. All right. So on a real note, so here's my story. So story is, let's see, I was born in Van Nuys, California. Oh, gosh, I'm going to get vulnerable here. You're going to get all the secrets. I was born in Van Nuys, California, single mom. Well, let's go back a step. Actually, there were some questions to whether. So, making a long story short, I was born a single mom. The whole family kind of raised me. Then I got adopted by her sister, my aunt, because the oldest sister couldn't have kids and was the most responsible. Like typical Mexican fashion. Like my mom had like, I don't know, 47 brothers and sisters. No, I'm kidding. Actually, she had like 10, from 2 different marriages. But from grandpa and grandma. But yeah, so I was raised by a single mom. Let's see, most of the families from Texas, East Texas,
nice.
and no. They're from, I'm saying not East. They're from West Texas, which is not so nice. And Hobbs, New Mexico, Lovington, New Mexico, which is like makes Tombstone in the movies look like metropolis city. It is just like there's nothing going out there. There aren't even the boll weevils left. Even the boll weevils are like, we're here in New Mexico. We're looking at our future. What do you see? I see dust. What do you see? I see tumbleweed. What we going to do? Let's leave. So anyway, they're it's just nothing going there except like drugs and bad life. So anyway, but I was born in Van Nuys. The family's from out there. At age 3, moved to San Jose, California. Let's see. As a young lad, mom got some money together. Worked for a company called Micronta. Eventually, it got morphed and bought by Intel. She got a few bucks. She moved us to the west side of town, to the west side of Silicon, before it was known as Silicon Valley back then. Yeah, I'm that old. Yeah, I'm older than I predate the internet, Intel, or at least when Intel was making big money. And let's see, do I predate Fire? No, but I'm almost as old as Cinco de Mayo. Anyway, somewhere in there.
He's lying. He's lying, Chat. Mexican Ironman is still a young buck. Don't listen to him.
Ooh, I like how you use the word buck. That gives me the fuel I need to keep going in the show. Anyway, so I grew up in San Jose. She moved to the west side. Needless to say, this is like what we call Campbell, Los Altos area. How do I explain it? Let's just say the only thing as dark as me was the asphalt on the freaking roadways. Okay, so they had never seen anything that looked like me. I had never seen so many white people in my life, but I like them. I'm like, hey, I like you guys. They didn't know what the hell to do with me, but we were there for a while. And then we moved over. Then mom got more money and she said, I want to buy a house, but the only house we could afford back then was, guess where? East San Jose, where all the Mexicans were. So I had to say goodbye to all my white friends, all my nice Protestant and Jewish friends that I, loved so much in elementary school. We were great buddies. We used to play fun games and stuff. I say that jokingly and I say that seriously. There's some stories we can go into there. But anyways, so we moved to East San Jose and holy shit, I'd never seen so many Mexicans in my whole life. All right, so yeah, I invented pottery. Is that what Snowdub said? That I invented pottery?
It is, yeah.
I guess that's mother effer. I know you're doing this, Snowdub. I know you are. Anyway, so then moved to East San Jose, rough town. I mean, we were like at Gangland Central. So, needless to say, since I was a new arrival and I wasn't from the neighborhood, so the local Mexicans, he was very Mexican, and I was born in Van Nuys. That was what we call Chicano. You heard that word before? Chicano?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard that word?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the differences between, so Latino is almost any brown folk from almost anywhere, right, in the North in America. So Chicano is uniquely someone of Mexican descent who was born in the United States and was like pretty bilingual today. I was pretty impressed. But anyway, so the gangs that we had locally though were Mexican, and Filipino street gang when I was in junior high school. Southside Pinoy boys. Yes, ladies. Yes, ladies. I'm sorry, I have a past. I was in a we were harmless stuff like potatoes, hubcap. You're making this up. That's actually the true part of the story. It's funny, but it's true. So Mexican Iron Man at an early before Mexican Iron Man was stealing hearts on the internet. He was stealing hubcaps and radios from cars. Hey, Dave, Bob, love you. To my little not size, but age-wise. See, why does that feel like a compliment, but it feels like an insult at the same time? Thank you. They see, and they wonder, see, Purple, and then they wonder why my self-confidence is so fragile.
Oh, honey.
Anyway, so I joined
nice.
Southside Pinoy Boys, so I'm like
Jack.
wearing their colors. And then no, let them have it. Let them go. This is fun. I love it. I love it. Are you kidding? I love it. I love it. I love being in the dunking well. This is everybody's been waiting for the shot to take a shot at Mexican Ironman, and here I am. All right. So anyway, so let's say join Southside Pinoy Boys. So I get gangland involved. My mom lets that go till about maybe sophomore year of high school. And she puts it into that shit real quick because I got busted showing up at okay. So we stole a bunch of stationery from like the storage at the junior high school and then at the high school. So that was our little mantra. So we took it down to the flea market and we're selling it. And I skipped school on a Wednesday. Well, son of a gun, I got picked up by a truant officer at the flea market for selling stolen goods. Although he couldn't prove that they were stolen, but they came from the school. So we would get like, binders and notepads and pencils and, anyway. So Mexican Iron Man has always been quite the entrepreneurial young fellow. Before he was selling tacos, he was, selling school goods. Occasionally, if we had hubcaps for radios that we stole, sell those. A lot of times we would take radios off of like motorcycles and stuff like that. Anyway, so I got popped early on in my sophomore year. And let's just say it didn't go over with the overly Catholic, hyper-conservative working. I mean, she worked one job, but she worked dual shifts at this one job. She worked by day as an assembly line worker, putting together chips on computers, and by afternoon, evening, she was like a backup supervisor for the warehouse in the inventory area at this company called Pronto. They made watches and computer boards in the early days before Intel bought them out. So, she laid down this guilt trip of she worked so hard, all this other stuff. And I kind of felt bad and I started crying and she got to me and, I was kind of mad at her that we moved from where all my friends were, all my white kid friends that I got used to in elementary school. And I was very much rejected by these hardcore Mexicans that didn't speak barely much English anyways in the neighborhood. So I was always mad at her. So that's why I got involved in the gangs. Anyway. She marches me down to the school, hooks me up with a couple counselors. They test me. Turns out I qualify for something called gifted and talented education, which means like, smart people shit. So I get taken out of the regular classes and put in all these classes with all these smart people. Needless to say, only Mexican in that group of people too, again. But I was happy because I'm like, wait a minute. Is this where y'all have been hiding all the white people? Because everybody in the class was white, right? Right? Because it's all the gifted and talented education, right? There wasn't a Mexican in the room. There's a couple black dudes. Actually, 2 black dudes, 1 black girl. Wasn't a Mexican in the room, though. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is this where the white people are? So I instantly loved it. So I was in gifted and talented education. Loved going to school. Felt like I was back in elementary school again. The whole 9 years. So the great thing about this is that I never had any problems with racism growing up. Ever. The only racism I had was from my own people, maybe because I got judged for not speaking Spanish. But I've never in my whole life really had any. I've had little incidents here and there that are quite funny. I had one in Oxford. Remind me to tell you that story later. Though that one's pretty funny. Remind me, the Oxford racism story. That one's pretty funny. But even then, I think they were just confused. But I don't know if they were racist as much as they were confused. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So anyway, turns out I started getting really good grades. I mean, I was always pretty smart. I kind of got good grades, even though my attendance record was like awful, but my grades were okay. But then by starting sophomore year, I was just killing it. A, because I wanted to go have fun, and so I started doing sports. So I lettered in football, I lettered in cross country, I lettered in swimming, I lettered in drama. I know.
Wow, you were really active.
I was in drama throughout high school, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Purple, I know this is going to come as a shock. Mexican Ironman was in drama.
See, now I'm picturing Mexican Ironman doing Shakespeare in tights. Please don't take that vision away from me.
If that's what it's going to take to finally close this deal, I will go to Target right now and get some purple tights. If that's what I mean, after a year and a half of banter with you, if it's going to take purple tights, I don't know if I'll do a tutu because I don't think it'll cover everything. But I'm just saying, I'm willing to go there if that's what it's going to take to close this deal right here and now.
Let me pull up this awesome super chat because Matthew Sergius sends us a 1999 super chat. He says, based off this origin story, Mexican Ironman is clearly the spiciest version of Ironman. I can dig it. Thank you, sweetheart.
Let's see, where was I? Okay, so I'm in gate. Let's see. Then what happens? Oh, I see Stand and Deliver. So I'm going to go to Evergreen Community College and then maybe go to San Jose State. I see this movie Stand and Deliver and motivates me. Then all of a sudden I play to Stanford, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia, Brown, Stanford, Santa Clara, UC Berkeley. I upgraded all the schools that I was going to normally apply and go to because I had pretty good grades. I didn't have great grades, but I had pretty good grades. Plus, you through all the sports I did, that helped me a little bit. Anyway, so I get into a few of these places. I get scared. I was going to go to Columbia. I really liked New York, but it kind of scared me. It was a little overwhelming. And then Brown was just the kids that were just way too intellectually and what do you feel about world politics and the impact of the changing world and how apartheid's change will influence and impact the economies throughout the world? I'm like, what? Apart who? Who tied up who? Wait, what? Someone got tied up? I mean, was I smart? Was I doing good in school? Yeah, but in East San Jose, Mexican Ironman did not have a commanding grasp of world affairs, if you know what I mean. Now, Mexican Ironman had a shitload of affairs with women from all over the world that he found in high school.
That's a different story.
That's a different story. Mexican Ironman was, here's another shocking revelation. Ready, Purple? Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mexican Ironman was a bit of a man whore in high school.
I would have said Mexican Ironman was a player.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to think you're that way, but when you look in the mirror and you do a body count going back in time, I like to say that I was an ambassador of Chicano love throughout my community. That's how I like to.
So you were kind of giving back to the community. I get you. Okay.
Yeah, Purple. Exactly. You understand. See? You understand. Make Mexican Ironman a channel of your peace. Where there is loneliness, let him yes, where there is diversity, let him bring himself. I'm running out of words. Okay. All right, so we go to Stanford. We get through that. I'm just gonna blow through that. I mean, that we get stuck there forever. Let's get to post-stat. Let's get to Oxford. Okay.
Yes. Let's get to Oxford.
So I managed to get into Oxford. Oh wait, you're gonna love how I decided to go to Oxford. So basically I don't have a job my senior year. I studied Soviet. I dual majored in I AP'd out of all my math. So like calculus, differential equations, all that shit. I did that either in high school. By the time I got to Stanford, I only had one. They only had one class left for me to take, unless I wanted to major in math. So I was always kind of a numbers nerd, uber geek nerd. I've always just been super good at numbers. Mm-hmm. And so I AP'd out of everything. AP means you take an advanced placement test, or you've already taken the class, and then when you get to a place like Stanford, Berkeley, or wherever, you don't have to take it because you already taken it. Mm-hmm. So anyway, okay. So I was going to be a mechanical engineer, but then I went, and then I thought, maybe I'll be a computer engineer. So I go on an HP field trip to Hewlett Packard, right? And they bust us, all these kids, and we go there, and we get in a room with these 5 engineers and 10 support staff, and they're all talking about what it's like to be an engineer and work at Hewlett Packard. Purple. Boring. I'm like,
didn't really make much of an impression.
See, because Mexican Ironman has been entrepreneurial, and let's just say when Mexican Ironman isn't doing his school work or making money at the flea market in high school, he wants to have his community entertainment time with the women of the local community in order to, Anyway,
continue building bridges between the races.
Yes, building bridges for diversity and inclusion. Yes.
You were ahead of your time.
I was. Yes, indeed. And boy, did I try hard. I mean, real hard. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, so where was I? I got lost in my story. Where was I? Okay, what part am I? Here's how I decided to go. I'm at Stanford. I lost my job. Soviet Union. I decided to go. I did humanities, so I dual majored in English literature and political science. Political science, my concentration was U.S.-Soviet relations, which they had just gotten out of freaking business. So I had a job at a think tank, lost that fucking job. All right, and my other major was English literature. You're never gonna. This is actually true. I can prove this. It's in paper. English, I can't even look at you and tell you. English literature with an emphasis on courtly love poetry and the Gaelic dialect.
That's an oddly specific.
That is exactly what my concentration was in English literature. How I came up with that is I went up to Professor Steidel. I'm like, Professor Steidel, all the cool concentrations are taken in English literature. Well, Michael, you have to pick one. I can't pick for you, so you have to do the research. You know, snooty little da-da-da-da. Oh, by the way, I did so bad in writing at Stanford when I got into English literature that Professor Steidel, who's from the motherland, from your country, Purple.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this motherfucker said to me? I'm sorry. You know what this mofo said to me? After what I got back my paper, and there was as much blood red ink on it as there would be on a Loki morning show, as if Loki had to like slaughter a dragon that was invading Valhalla. Okay, you know how Loki is, right? Loki will slice and dice. Let's just say that an SJW dragon came and attacked Valhalla. Loki would be like, ah, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, there'd be like SJW blood everywhere, right?
Yeah,
well,
yep.
I got my paper and there's like this is crossed out, that's crossed out, that's crossed out. It was like that little kid on River Runs Through It when he brings his paper to his papa and he crosses like, you know, do it again, cut it in half. And I'm like, what the? Anyway, so mine was blood red. So I go up to the front. Oh, and by the way, at the top it says see me. I don't have an A, B, C, D, or F. It says see me, circled. I go up to the front. And he says, this actually happened. Okay, true story. Mr. Cano, I'm quite disappointed by your performance in your first paper. I'm like, well, you gave me the freaking Gaelic, I didn't know how to say it, Gaelic, whatever the heck it is, and then the courtly love poetry. I mean, why would there be love in a basketball court? See, I didn't know what courtly love poetry was, right? And I'll be honest, I didn't exactly read the books that he told me I was supposed to read before I did the essay, so I kind of just winged the essay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Yeah. How much
I didn't actually read how much research did Mexican man had girls to get to know in Oxford. You put me in, you know what, you know. And
so you were doing the practical side rather than the written side.
You know, Purple, when you're in Oxford, you don't have like a Walmart superstore. You got to go to the bread store and you got to talk to Melanie. She's over there. And then, you know, if you need your fruits and vegetables, you got to go across the street over there. And then, you know what I mean?
It's true. I've been to Oxford.
Anyway, you know how it is. Like you literally have to walk around with a basket or like a little, you know, bag, and you're getting your shit from, you know, it's like going to the mall. Anyways, I digress. The point of the matter is, he says, Mr. Cano, I'm going to forgive you on this one and let you redo this entire paper. And I'm like, okay. He says, perhaps you could actually. He says, I noticed you didn't on-site any of the materials. I'm like, well, it was kind of late last night. He said, or that night. I said that night. It was late that night. Because you turn in your papers, you got them 2 days later. He did that whole Oxford method. You know, he picks any, you read them and shit. But he didn't call me to read on it. I just got my paper back and said, see me. He says, Mr. Cano, I'm going to let this slide, and I'm going to tell you the reason, and I hope we can build on this. And I'm like, okay, what? He's like, well, I understand why you failed. And I'm like, okay. I mean, in my head, I'm like, because I was banging the girl from the breadbasket store and I didn't make time to read the paperwork and actually do the work. I mean, that's what I thought, right? Okay. But he said to me, I understand for you that Stanford can be an overwhelming experience. Oh, no, he says, I understand that all of this can be an overwhelming experience for you in learning things, you know, Stanford. This is before I got to Oxford, by the way. Okay. So this is Professor Steidel. Okay. And he says to me, English is your second language. It's clear to me. And that really is the foundation of our problem. But we will punch through it together. I'm like, okay. I walked out the back door.
We'll go with that.
Walked outside the quad at Stanford. I go to where there's no one around me but a fucking bush and a fucking water pump and an air conditioning unit that's humming out loud. I'm like, English is my only fucking language, you fucking moron. What do you mean my second language? I don't have a fucking language. Anyways, so needless to say, I scared the fuck out of the poor little black squirrels that we had on campus. Oh my god, they were like, ah! The squirrels just scattered, and shit. So, I studied biology instead of English. Well, that cavalryman, that's not a bad way to put it. I'm purple.
I'd go with that. Yeah.
Investigative research into the many diverse forms of the human form. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, fast forward. Let me go to my Oxford story. So let's fast forward. So I don't know what to do. So I don't know what to do. So I decide, okay, I got to go to the Career Planning and Placement Center because I lost my job. Now imagine here's Mexican Ironman. I have 2 Stanford degrees, a 3.8 GPA, such a math whiz that I finished all that shit pretty much by the end of my freshman year. Mm-hmm. And I have no job lined up. And graduation's around the corner, and I got Mexicans from Texas and New Mexico driving all the freaking way to come and, Armijo. I'm the first of my family to graduate from college for sure. Almost high school, but a couple of them finished that, right? So the whole, they're coming out in a 25-person caravan, the whole 9 years. So I lined up at the Career Planning and Placement Center, and let's just say about 10 people to the front of me is this. Now I don't want to offend you, okay? Because this is ancient history to me, Purple. This is before I fell in love with. This is before we fell in love with each other.
Hit me.
See,
I
see
can
how I
take
came
it.
around
I
the corner?
promise.
You see how I came around the corner and just kind of slid you into that? You see, I made it a we. You see? See, I learned that from my SW prepositions. Who am I? Oh, I is we if it's in love. Anyway, so there's a smoking hot blonde about 10 people in front of me in line. So I get to the front of the line. Mexican Ironman's only had 2 or 3 kind of racial incidents. That was one. Here's the second one. I think maybe I got 1 or 2 more, barely. I get to the front of the line and I said to this old lady, she says, and I decided I was going to go study overseas. I said, fuck it. If I don't have a job, then fuck it. I might as well go get another degree or, whatever, And so, I was thinking of Salamanca, Santiago, Chile. Stanford has partnerships around the world with all these amazing universities where they'll sometimes give you credit. They'll give you preferred status when you apply, and if your grades are good and the courses match, you can kind of fast forward a little bit, right?
Okay.
So hello, nurse. Hello, Papi. I wish you both great days. I love you, Fat Steven. Hope your dad.
We love you, Fat Steven. Thank you, sweetheart.
Call me. You got my cell number. If you ever want to talk, just call me. Call me on my cell. All right. So anyway, so where was I? I get to the front and I said, well, let me ask you a question. See that girl over there? She's filling out some paperwork in the corner, right? Like 5 cubicles down. You pick up your paperwork, you fill out the stuff, you turn back in. And I said, where's she going? She says, oh, well, she's applying to Oxford. I'm like, oh, Oxnard, like in Southern California? I didn't know they had a university there. She said, I didn't know fucking Purple. I didn't know Oxford from a hole in the wall, right? She says, no, Oxford University, England, the preeminent, the prestigious, the one that is impossible to apply to and let alone get into. And I'm like, okay. And she says, here, why don't you just go for Santiago, Chile, or here we'll do Salamanca, Spain. It's your language, right? Here, you'll be very comfortable. And I look at her, I'm like, because the other thing happened when I was like a freshman, right? The first story I told you 1 minute ago, Dr. Steino, English lit. Now it's 4 years later, or 3.5 years later, because I AP'd out of some shit. So that's about 3 years later, and I'm sitting here with like Beatrice, right? Or no, Gertrude. We'll call her Gertrude, right? I'm sitting here, and Gertrude's looking at me like, what's this Mexican landscaping swimming pool cleaner doing, thinking he's going to get into Oxford? And I said to her, I said, well, ma'am, why are you recommending these? She says, well, they speak your language. I'm sure you'll just be like a fish in water and you're just going to be very happy and fine. And she literally said it just like that, right? Now, she was trying to be friendly and funny. God bless her. I mean, she's like, literally at the time was like way north of 70 and not a healthy 70. I mean, I'm talking like, I don't know, Emperor Palpatine kind of 70, 80. You know what I mean? Like maybe 180 if you really look at a birth certificate. So God bless her. She was trying to be funny. She was trying to be sweet. And she was trying to protect me from getting disappointed. So I looked at her dead in the eye, and I said, and the way it works is you're supposed to take 2 or 3 applications, and hopefully you get into one. So I looked at her dead in the eye. I said, give me the one for Oxford. You can have these back. I'm applying to this one and getting into this one, or I'm not going anywhere, and I'd rather be unemployed. So I took it, went, filled it out, got in, and the way it goes is, from England, first you have to get into Oxford, then you got to get into an actual college, and the colleges go from the shittiest, which like where the Americans go. The Americans go to what, St. Cat's, I think, usually, because it's easy. And then I applied to Brasenose and Modeling, which are like the Harvard and Yale of Oxford, right? I mean, you must know that. So I didn't get into Brasenose. Did I get into Brasenose? I got into Modeling, which is like the equivalent of the Yale, right? And so, I went back and I thanked her for getting me the application and let her know that I had gotten in. And she was actually joyously happy for me. So I can't even say that that's a racist incident as much as I think she was trying to protect me. But she gave me the biggest, warmest hug ever. And, that was a moment where I really had to check myself, because I could have reverted to the angry minority kid college narrative. You know what I mean? That was very prevalent at the time too. I could have reverted to that. I could have carried some lingering hate. And I went back, not so much to say, hey, fuck you. I went back to say, look, I got in. I just want to let you know, you gave me the application. Now, I never did find that smoking hot white girl. And I don't even know if she ever got in Oxford, but that was not the point. The point is she served a purpose, because I wanted to get into Oxford because I wanted to bang the smoking hot white girl that was in line ahead of me, which was okay with me at the time. But then, Mexican Ironman was still discovering his purpose. Is that the word?
Yeah, we'll go with purpose. Yeah. Trying to,
So, but bless her, she's a little hard. When I came back and I told her I got in, she says, and this is the last thing she said to me, and I thought it was super sweet. And this is probably a reason, this is one of those things that's in the back of your skull. This is probably one of the reasons I get so triggered and so angry when any of my white brothers or sisters on the YouTube or on the internet or on Twitter are attacked, because I have these little golden moments. And here's this golden moment. And she says to me, I give her a hug, and I'm about to walk away, and she grabs me and she turns me around. She says, and Mr. Knoll, when you go over there, you show them what you can do. Okay? You show them what you can do. And she meant that like saying what a Mexican American minority. I mean, she didn't say that, but that's what she meant. And I knew that's what she meant. And God bless her. I mean, I went back to find her when I got back from Oxford, and she had been she had retired and transferred to another state. She was, not transferred. She retired and left Stanford, and I couldn't get her contact info, but I did try. But bless her little heart, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of times in society, people see these things as being ist or this or that. And sometimes it's just about understanding. And sometimes you can have someone who does something or says something with the best intentions, but you got to give them a break. You got to.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to kind of look beyond what they're saying and try and find meaning.
Oh my God, this guy.
Yes. Snowden said he's got a true story. He says, Mexican Ironman once wrestled a great white shark with a sombrero and a tortilla. Later that day, he invented fish tacos.
Okay. Well, that's not, none of that's true, but that'd make a great origin story. Shit, if I ever do a comic book, now I'm gonna have to pay Snowden royalties. That's a good story for the Mexican. Me and Gary talked about it a couple of years ago. We still joke about it when I sent him a super chat, but a couple of years ago when his channel was a lot smaller, we used to joke when I would get on and he would talk about wanting to do the Crisis on Infinite Tijuana's comic book. And I joked that we could put in Mexican Ironman in there, and he and I would be like fighting the Crisis on Infinite Tijuana's. Anyways, so I don't know. Anyways, and then my last little story is I went when I got to Oxford second week. I saw a flyer. It said, come to a wine social. Well, needless to say, if I get a flyer slipped underneath my door asking me to show up where there's liquor saying social, I mean, what am I going to do about that, Purple?
Well, you've got to be social if that's, if that turns up.
I mean, if you want me to show up and meet the local ladies. All right, so anyway, I showed up to the social, find out it's the Bacchus Club, find out that, you're supposed to be a wine expert in this bullshit. And I said to them, well, I can learn how to drink wine. And they looked at me. And by the way, it was all male, so it's this all guy thingy. Bacchus Club, I don't know, have you heard of this? Anyway, so I then go to the library and I buy 3 books on wine, and I start buying bottles, and I taught myself how to wine taste. So to this day, I still am a pretty huge fan of wine and all that. And then I did a blind tasting later in the year, and I got in fifth place out of like 100 people. But anyway, so I loved Oxford. I loved it completely. Now, let's just say this though: the women outside of Oxford were way more attractive than the women in Oxford, because the women in Oxford, apparently, I think they have a law against dentists and orthodontics. And I think they might have a law against shaving of armpits in Oxford, because there was some furry ass, saber tooth, like crazy, maybe not showered in a while, hair all over the place, wacky ass. Like I felt like Mexican Ironman went from like the bachelor pad of the metropolis and the big life in the big city of Stanford and San Jose to like you sent me on an episode of the History Channel alone, and I got to fend for myself. I'm like, what do you mean I got to mate with her? She has a tooth coming out of her shoulder. How do I even make out with her? Do I suck in her shoulder, or do I kiss her lips? And if I kiss her lips, how do I know that tooth isn't going to puncture my bottom lip? And why does she smell that way? And why is she braiding her hair on her legs on the bottom, but like on the shins? Why is she braiding her hair down there? Why is that happening?
Oh, that's so gross. Sorry. It sounds like you ran across a rabid bunch of feminists, Mike.
They're crazy. This was back then. It was
that was a no-go then.
Listen to me. I had zero for the first time in my life. I was on a streak where I had zero sex. I hadn't got at that point. I don't know why. How you can be talking about this shit? I don't even know. I didn't bang a single chick in Oxford the entire time I was there, the entire year and a half. Starting with Michaelmas term. That's what you guys call the fall, by the way. For those listening at home, Michaelmas refers to the fall tuition experience, right? Purple, Michaelmas? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I got my shit down. I'm not just the Southern gentleman you think I am. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Hold on again. My laptop. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to go back. I need 30 seconds. My laptop says the battery's going to die. Hold on.
That's fine. Let me grab this super chat from Trinoculus P. Thank you, sweetheart. He says, hey, Mike, Jamie Escalante would be proud of you. You stood and delivered. Thank you, Trinoculus. Oh my gosh, you guys in the chat are having absolute riot at the moment. You're cracking me up. And Colin P. Smith says, at university these days, that would probably be a wine club. Wine about racism, wine about privilege.
Is there any more chats you got to handle?
No, that's it.
Okay. Let's see, where were we? So I started taking the bus. You know, they have that express bus from Oxford to Piccadilly Square. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started going to the clubs on Thursday and Friday nights. You know, this is back then when techno and house were just coming out. I had never seen anything like this shit. You guys have like lights and fog and music, and the girls are half naked, and everybody's getting along, and everybody wants to go home with each other. I fit in like a fish in water. I'm like, set my people free. Fuck Oxford. It's here. So I would usually stay in the city in London sometimes I had class on Friday. Sometimes I would have a paper to turn in on Friday. So about 2 times out of the month, I would roll in Thursday afternoon and not come back to Oxford till Sunday. Needless to say, if I come visit you, I'm coming to your city. We got to bypass London. I don't want to run into any kids that might look like me at this point. You know what
I mean? I tend to bypass London anyway, to be honest.
Okay. That keep me to yourself, you know. All right. Well, there's my life story. Oh, and these days I'm an accountant. I own a tax and accounting firm. I have all my Some of my clients are startups, very few of them. It's all by referral. I don't do any advertising. I handle massive tax problems. Most of my clients are millionaires. I handle complex tax problems for entrepreneurs. Half my clients own 3 to 6 businesses each. And I got 7 people who work on part-time. And it's been a rough year. This has been rough. I had broke my leg November and December, or November. December and January, I was out. November, December, and January, I was on drugs. Heavy drugs for 3 months, Percocet and Oxy. Then the IRS opened a month late. They didn't open up till March. So I ended up having to file extensions for almost all of my clients. I bought a house in South Carolina in November. That drained almost most of my cash. And then I had to pay the mortgage. I had to pay for my condo in San Jose, the condo apartment, and here. That was $10,000 a month. November, December, January, February, March, April, and May till I just got out here. So for 7 months. So I pretty much got here on fumes. So I like people are like, did they run out of gas? I'm like, no, but I almost ran out of money getting here.
So I think it's safe to say it's been quite a stressful 6 months for you, but it seems like you're much, much happier now.
I am, right? And here's the other thing. Oddly enough, all my allergies are gone.
Yes, I heard that the other day. You said you're feeling so much better now that you're not in California.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really, and my poor little Chihuahua dog, Bino, the destroyer. Where the hell did Bino go? Bino! Oh shit! Did he get out? There he is. No, he's basking in the sun. We can hear like crickets and see the stars and everybody here in the South. Once I got to Texas, ever since I hit the South, I've met nothing but nice people. I've seen nothing but intermingled couples, blacks and whites, dating, married, Everybody's nice. When I was in California, Purple, everything was still on lockdown. The only way you got food was through Uber Eats, or you went to the restaurant, placed an order, and they made you stand outside because everything indoor is still locked down. And by the way, in California, because real estate's at a premium, there is no outdoor seating in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because aside from a sidewalk, they used it all for parking lots. So we don't, even though the weather's like 70 degrees all the time, outdoor seating is just never done in the Bay Area. So
that's a real shame.
Yeah, and it's still very much. Screw those SJW weirdos. Anyway, so but I literally, there's a lot of tension in California. Everybody's like looking at each other weird and stuff. And I'm just telling you, once I got to the South, it's been like nothing but like a positive experience. Even though I don't have any furniture because my containers got delayed for another week. So, I'm sitting here in an empty house. I do have 14 lights. Unbelievably, Mexican Ironman packed 14 of his 22 lightsabers, my expensive ones, brought them in the truck. So I have an airbed mattress and I have no furniture, but I have 14 fucking lightsabers. Go figure, right?
Well, to be honest with how delicate and expensive some of those things are, I would have done exactly the same thing. You bring the stuff with you that means the most.
Yeah, right? Yeah. You want to see some of my lightsabers?
Love to, absolutely.
All right, hold on, let me see if I can make this work. How do I see if I can make this?
Let me just say thank you to Buttcrack Media, though, because he sends us a 99-cent super sticker of a little poop emoji.
I'll keep reading comments because I need like 2 minutes to get this going.
That's fine. Everyone says you stand so much better. Cat Mandili says Mexican Ironman seems to be in better spirits now. Colin P. Smith says, like I said, you were obviously allergic to California.
Maybe. I know Colin said that yesterday, and I thought about that all afternoon. I'm like, is fucking Colin right? I'm like, no. I'm like, maybe he is.
Snowdub says, Mexican Ironman, you made it. That's all that matters.
Hell!
Jean Wong says, Mexican Ironman, give us crypto advice.
Oh, crypto advice. Okay, so, what I'm about to say, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your personal financial advisor. Doobie-doobie-da, da-be-da-be-da, doobie-doobie-da. All right, so the shit went down recently. And so what I'm doing is I'm basically buying more now, and then I'm going to liquidate. And then there's a huge crash that's coming. I mean, across the board crash, probably in about 1 to 3 months. I've been listening to Robert Kiyosaki, a lot of guys on the internet, and I'm really long on this stuff. There's 3 kinds of investors out there. You have true investors. You have traders who make money off the buy and sell. I mean, these are people like who flip houses, is that person out there. And then you have speculators, and speculators are a lot of people who are, day trading and all that stuff. So crypto right now is taking a bloodbath. There's a lot of people who made money in it early on, and they thought they were riding high and living the good life and doobie doobie da dabby dabby da, all that shit, right? Turns out not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. So when you look at something like crypto, I'm going to give you the analogy that Robert Kiyosaki used with one of his guests. His guest brought this up on his radio show about, I think it was a week ago. And he said that when you look at this, you got to look at it as like it's investing in an internet type company back around 2000, 2001 or 2, where there's still some ups and downs. And you've got to decide if you're going to stick with, say, Amazon or not. Or you're going to stick with PayPal or not. Or you're going to stick with eBay or not. It's more like that. Because cryptocurrency is not a bond. It's a different type of asset class. When you think of it as this is going to be, welcome to Purple Valkyrie's Financial Responsibility Sunday Moment of Knowledge. This week, we feature Mexican Ironman, who, despite the fact that he's Mexican, actually makes a fuckload of money and knows some shit. Okay, so anyways, we need a sponsor for that. Can we get like Tico's Tacos sponsors our weekly financial news moment? I don't know. Anyway,
that would be good.
That would be right. Tico's Tacos, brought to you by Tico's Tacos. Okay, so anyway, so where I go. So when you think of crypto, you've got to treat it as something very different. You got to look at it as you can't look at it like from a stock, bond, mutual fund. You got to look at it as like gold or silver type of thing, whereby there's only so much of it, and whether the price goes up and down, that you understand that you're buying something that is an asset, but it's a commodity asset. It's not paper. It's not air. See, stocks, bonds, you think you're owning part of a company, but in reality, you're owning slice of a very minuscule slice of a big ass thing that is controlled by forces larger than nature, than you can control. So, I mean, I do have, a chunk of money in a Robinhood account still, even though all their scandals and shit. I do have, I am in crypto. I am in Bitcoin. I am in Ether. Look, anyone who's really interested, send me a DM and I'll send you a photo shot of my thing. But what I'm doing right now is I'm buying more. I'm waiting a little bit, and then I'm going to buy more next week. And then I'm probably going to pull back and convert to cash for about 1 to 3 months. And then I think there's going to be another massive crash that's going to make this one look like slap on the face. I think there's a bigger crash coming because the printing of money, when the government prints money and gives it to people the way they do, people take that and they borrow. Very rich, and this has come from me seeing how my white, very rich clients behave. Over the last, I've had my accounting firm for 15 years, and only recently in the last 2 or 3 years did I fire anybody that doesn't have a business that does $500,000 or more. You're my client because I feel charitable and I fucking want to help you, because otherwise you can't fucking afford me. So, because I basically only deal with millionaires, right? But I help a lot of people too, because I have a bleeding heart, and I want to spread the knowledge, right? But when you get poor people don't listen, and they think they're smarter, and they think. I mean, I went to fucking Stanford and Oxford. How much smarter could you be when it comes to math? I mean, I don't know, whatever. But I am Mexican, so I get it. Anyway, so what I would tell people to do is that understand that, and then here's the thing with real estate too, is that I just bought this house, but I got it at an incredible price. If you're gonna go buy real estate, people, you better buy something that if it drops by 10 to 30% or more, 10 to 30% in the next 1 to 3 years, that you better be able to take it and handle it, because we're overdue for a real estate market correction by at least 3 years. So that's what I think. Again, I'm an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor, but you asked me, what do I do? And that's what I do. And that's what I think. So there you go. All right. Let me see where my lightsabers are at.
Fair enough. Thank you. Just before you do, I'm just going to go back to Trinaculus P's super chat, because I think we might have missed it. He says, I'll bring it back up. He says, hey, Mike, Jamie Escalante would be proud. You stood and delivered.
Aw, that's kind of cool.
That is cool. It's really sweet.
Yeah, he's talking about Jaime Escalante, the stand and deliver guy. All right. So I got some comments. So I've had some comments before leading up to today and otherwise. Can you see the screen? Does lightsaber show? All right. So this one here is interesting because I'm going to take you guys through my personal lightsaber collection. This is 14 of the 20 that I have. This one is by Bendu Armory. They have a very interesting concept here. It is a pixel, which means that it goes, when you turn it on, it goes boom, it goes from bottom, to top. And the interesting thing about these guys is that they will sell you the hilt, but this is what you're looking at, this brown and black as a cover, and you can slide these on or off for different types of looks. So that's what it looks like. This one, and it has like 18 different colors. I have it right now set for yellow. This one right here is interesting because this is from Kyber, and this is the K5. This is an interesting lightsaber because it's a lot of fun to duel with. It's really balanced, and you can turn this into like 4 or 5 different. Actually, you can turn it into at least 4 different colors and about 50 different types of lightsabers. When you buy it, it comes with this huge pack. You see that? So you can slide on brown, black, red. See, in this case, I slid on the yellow.
Oh, that is cool.
See, you see how it has all these different pieces? Yeah, let me show you some other ones here. Oh, no, not that one. Hold on. No, we went too far. See, you can this can go up at the top if you want to look more of a black Darth look and turn the color red. And the saber itself, this one by Kyber, the K5, that one goes in 18 different colors.
Holy hell.
Yeah. So when you buy one of those, you're actually getting at least 4 different colors, brown, black, red, and my gold. And then you have all these other options of what you can do with it. Anyway, moving on. This one here is from, what's it called? Savvy's Workshop or Savu or Dipshit's Workshop. The one at Disneyland, Galaxy's Edge. So people talk shit. Oh, wait, can you see it or not?
No, it's not changing.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Do I have to share each time?
I think so. Yeah, I think you got to share each one. We've still got the yellow one on at the moment. Colin says, is that is the hilt cork wood or is that just an effect?
No, it's an effect. That's because of Geode, huh? Geode had a wooden hilt, right? Let's go to this one here. Here we go. This one's from Galaxy's Edge. Tell me if you can see that one now. Can you see that?
Oh, that is cool.
Okay, so this one's purple. It's a Galaxy. Get it?
I see where you're going.
You see how I got it to match your colors? You see that? Okay, that's Mexican Ironman being what's called in my language, by people's language, romantico. I'm earning your love with a purple lightsaber. See, when you see that lightsaber light up, don't you just want to go? You did it! Oh my God, I don't know what to do with you now. All right, here's another one. Let's go for. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's find another crazy one. I'm not gonna. Obviously, it's taking too long to show you all 20 of these, so I'll just show you a few of them.
Do you have any favorites, or do you have any that you've had for so long that they mean so much to you?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me show you one. I got one that's super interesting that people aren't going to see this one. But hold on. Let me do this one. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me change this here. Let's go to.
Snowdub says dead sexy, and I'm not sure if he means me or you making that noise, but thank you.
Oh, I'm sure he does not mean me. Yeah, we had guacamole together, so I'm sure he doesn't mean me. Let's see. Try this one. Okay, no, it's not that one. I'll show you one that's really interesting.
He says both. Thank you, Snowdub.
Okay, all right. Well, that's awkward to hear, but thank you. Okay, reach around. I don't know. Gender check. I mean, what do I even do with that? What does that even mean? Okay, now we're ready to go. Window. All right, we'll share this one. Here we go.
Okay, cool.
Share. Like that. I hate StreamYard. StreamYard's so fucking complicated. Simple but hard. Okay, this one here is a discontinued Ahsoka Tano one. Now there's 2 of these. There's the Rebels one, and then there's the one from Clone Wars. They just discontinued this one here, and right now I bought this when I had gotten it for about I think $485, $500. Right now, these if you can get them in a box like this, right now they're selling on eBay for $1,500.
Holy hell!
Yeah, because they're discontinued. Now, all the Disney lightsabers might look interesting and cool, but they are hard as flying frack to wield and do tricks with and spins with and all that cool stuff. Because they're built, they're just very heavy the way they did them.
They just built as basically props. They're not used. They're not to be kind of used.
Yeah, exactly. And the way
Hmm.
the lightsabers they kind of like snap in, if you actually hit it hard, they will. Of all the lightsabers I own, these will crack faster than any of the other lightsabers. That's why Disney realized this, and that's why they started selling these in boxes about 2 years ago. They didn't used
Hmm.
to sell them like this. They used to sell them like this with a little, carrying thingy. Anyway, enough of that. So there's a few things from my lightsaber collection. Yes, yes,
That
yes.
is an amazing collection. Um, when you get them all set up and kind of on display, you'll have to send me a photo of them so I can see them properly.
Thanks, thanks. Hey, Purple. I think there's I'm getting text messages from I think a cousin of mine named Marie. Someone's at the front door. Let me be right back. Okay, I
Okay.
think he was at the front door. Give me about a minute or two. I think someone's at the front door. Ooh,
Okay, awesome.
hold
Let
on.
me get the super chat while you do
Okay, I'll
that.
be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. Huge thank you to Golgo13, aka Brandon Infinite Wolf. He sends us a $5 super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. He says, Purple Valkyrie and Mexican Ironman, hail and skull. I'm glad you made it out of California and into a state that rocks. Cheers, bless you both. Bless you too, honey. Good to see you as always. And Monkey Jeeves says, I want to see Mike spinning around with those lightsabers. Paulie, get on it. Oh, I love that video that Mexican Ironman and Paulie did. That was awesome. And Colin P. Smith says, Mexican Ironman, rise and shine. I found out earlier today that Mace Windu also had a purple lightsaber because that's Sam Jackson's favourite colour. Wow, Sam Jackson's got good taste because obviously if I had a lightsaber, it would be purple. But the one I would pick would be Mara Jade's because I love the design of it. Oh, guys, we have a surprise guest joining us. So let me bring in.
Howdy, y'all. Guess
Hey,
who?
hey, girl.
Hey, Purple Val. I can't really say that name, so I'm gonna have to say Purple Val Honey. Is that how you Purple Val Honey? Is that how you say it?
Sweetheart, you can call me anything you like. It's so good to see you again.
Well, I heard my cousin Mexican Ironman was going to be on the show, and I said, Mexican Ironman, I'm a Southern genteel lady. I should be on the show first. You can't be on the show upstation, a woman with my breastus plates.
With the booby armor, absolutely.
Yes, I got the booby armor. So he brought me. I kind of hitched a ride and hid in the truck, and I heard he was coming out south. So I've been practicing my Southern genteel ways with the fellas around here. Yes, I have.
Wow, I've got to admit, I am a sucker for Southern accents, so it is so good to get to talk to you. I saw you on Loki's show the other day.
Yes. I was on the Loki morning of Mischief with Mister Mystery Mischief Man, Mister Loki. He is just such a hoot. I got to see him backstage. He's a good looking fella, Purple Valkyrie. But he did not succumb to my advances. I tried everything I could. I gave him the little wink, 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 wink. I dropped my hanky over there by his little green dragon. He didn't pick up the hanky. And then, I just sort of reached over and showed a little bit of my petticoat, and he didn't even gaze my way. I don't know why.
Showed a little bit of ankle and nothing at
Nothing,
all.
nothing. I think he's racist against iron chicks with breastus platus, breastus. Shit, I can never get it right. Breastus platus. Ah, breastplates. Breastplates, yes. I'm in the market for a bonnet that matches my breastus plates. Purple, where do you shop for your bonnet of the month?
You know what? I don't wear bonnets, I have to admit. The only thing Valkyries wear, we wear those little kind of feathered headdresses. I could probably get you one of those in
Ooh,
your
I'd like a
red and
feather.
gold.
Ooh, I'd like a feathered headdress. A lady could do something with them feathers late at night. Mmm. Ooh, I like the idea of that. And then if I meet me a Southern genteel man, imagine what I could do with my feathers. We could play. Guess what? This feather's covering up. Mm-hmm. We could play a game called we could play a game called Blow on this feather and let's see what direction things blow and go.
Oh, so kind of like oh, what's that film where she's covered in rose petals? I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that called? American Beauty.
American Beauty,
Except
exactly.
except I'm southeastern genteel Mexican or Mexican southerner beauty. Yes, yes. I don't so much as going to have the rose petals because that's kind of expensive. I think I might choose to get covered in palmetto trees and boll weevils.
Well, you work with what you have to hand, so that makes sense.
Yes. Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. Now you're a little pretty one. Now I heard my cousins just over the moon smitten with you, Miss Purple Lady.
Oh,
What's your secret? Because that Mexican Iron Man, look, he can't hear me because he's out walking that Beano dog. But let me tell you something. Let's just say that his taco truck goes down a whole lot of streets it shouldn't go down. You know what I'm saying? I tell him all the time he needs to park his truck on a corner that's healthy and secure and stable and just stay there. You know what I mean?
I do know exactly what you mean.
So what have
Mexican
you done to
Ironman.
get him all smitten and heated? He got up this morning, did his sit-ups, his push-ups, went for a jog. He was playing the Rocky music. Then I heard this song called something about Eye of the Tiger. I was like, what is going on?
Wow, I'm flattered that I have such a impact on him.
And then I
Mexican
got scared
Ironman
because he went to the
he's a gentleman. What can I say?
and then he went to the kitchen, opened up the refrigerator, got 2 eggs, cracked them, and ate them raw with the shells. I'm like, what are you doing, Mexican Iron Man? He said, "Shut up, Maria. I'm doing my shit that I got to do. I got a big day today." I'm like, oh, don't yell at me because I'm gonna get the vapors. Oh, whenever someone yells at me, I get the vapors. And Purple, do you know what the vapors are?
I do, yes.
Oh, what are the vapors? Why don't you tell me about the vapors are?
Vapors is when a lady gets a little bit overexcited. She has to kind of lie down and kind of just
It's
you know
when the heat of the
take
moment overcomes you.
exactly, exactly.
Exactly.
Yes,
You
have to
you sit
loosen that
there.
bodice a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to loosen the bonnet a little bit, just like after I eat 2 chalupas for lunch, because sometimes the chalupas get a little thick if you don't tell them to take the rice out and you have your chalupas and, you get a little burpy. Hold on, I think I got to let my bonnet out real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, Lord, help me, Lord Jesus Christ. Lord, help me. Oh, Lord, help me, Lord Jesus Christ. Lord, my shoe. Okay, I'm back.
Better now, sweetheart.
Oh, yes, yes. The vapors are horrible. Well, you know how I got the vapors traveling in the southeast here. We have that gas shortage, the gas shortage.
Mm-hmm.
And I was driving. They were out of the premium unleaded. They were out of the regular, what do you call it? Premium unleaded, mid-grade unleaded. All they had was the regular unleaded. They ran out of that. So I had to go over to the diesel pump, Purple.
Oh, diesel. Okay.
So I started putting the diesel in, and that's when I got my first hint and scent and smelled in the diesel vapors of the South.
That'll do it. That'll do it for you.
Let's see. And that made me just want to say, Skull!
And Dave Bob says, "Well, bless your heart, Maria."
Oh, that's that good-looking fella, the Dave Bob. He makes all kinds of props. Mr. Dave Bob, I got a prop I need you to make for me. Yes, and you should, and I'd love it if you sign it, Mr. Dave Bob. Yeah, Dave Bob's a man's man. He's out there in the middle of the country, and and wielding and hunting buffalo with his bare hands. Yeah.
Dave Bob is indeed an amazing guy. We love him very
Well,
much.
Well, I'm gonna have to go because Mexican Iron Man is like he's giving me a mean look and he says he's gonna light his lightsabers and strike me down. I say you can't strike me down because I got my bonnet, my superpowers, Mexican Iron Man. You stay over there. A lady will leave when she decides it's proper.
Exactly. You've also got Purple Valkyrie on your side, Maria, so never forget that.
Now, Purple,
Redheads stand together.
Purple, I'm just gonna say, he's a bit smitten. You better watch that, but I think you can control him. I think you know him better than he knows himself, if you know what I mean. All right, well, let me sign off now, and then I'm gonna let this meanie over there. Oh wait, you brought me more chalupas. Oh, okay, well, I got to go. I got a plate full of chalupas I got to eat. I'll be back. Bye, Purple.
Bye. And Mark, yes, buffalo. Apparently, that's what Maria said. Harry and Larry, good to see you. Buffalo roaming the range. Who knew? But I believe her. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure she knows better than I do. How cool was that to get to speak to Maria? Like I said, the first time we met her was just the other day. It was on Loki's show. So I'm very, very honoured that she took the time out to come and talk to us. And Snowdub, I know, honey, you said you're scared. Don't worry. We got you. It's okay. And Punk Waddle, welcome. He says, I may be new to this channel, but I did not see this coming. in the best possible way, I hope so. Thank you, sweetheart. Let me bring back on. There he is.
Hey, I decided to take off my avatar and take off my helmet. This is what I look like in real life. This is a picture of me and my kid. I'm holding my kid on the right side. He's on my shoulder. He's like passed out asleep, but that's the best picture I can find. Yeah,
that's a lovely picture.
Yeah,
that is so sweet.
How was Maria? Did she do okay?
She did great. It was a pleasure to get to talk to her. I was just saying to the chat, the first time we got to meet her was only last week, so it was an honor that she took the time out to come and talk to us.
Oh, she's crazy. That girl's crazy. She didn't reveal any secrets of mine, did she?
She did not. Ladies never reveal secrets, Mexican Ironman.
Good.
So don't you worry about that.
Good. Because I don't want my macho, independent, tough guy solo image to, get tarnished today.
Never. But as you've proved today, there's much, much more to Mexican Ironman than people realize.
And I hope someday you're able to discover what that statement truly means. Sky rockets in flight, purple and Iron Man tonight. Ooh, rockets gonna fly tonight.
Completely forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, I know. Before we wrap it up, because I know obviously you're very busy. The one thing that I wanted to touch on is how much you help other channels, how much you do behind the scenes, and I just wanted to say, from my perspective, thank you for that, because you give such good advice to people.
Well, thanks. Hey, I got a request. I'm getting text messages from three of them in a row. Can you say the word pudding?
Okay, I can say pudding.
Yeah, well, I don't know why this guy wants you to say that. I don't know. Thank you so much for saying that, Purple. I mean, I try to keep it on the down low for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The first one to make the connection, I think, was Jeremy at Geeson Gamers, who sold me out on a live stream of his. He's like, Mexican Ironman, I know for a fact that you support all these channels. And This is a while back, and I was like, because I was trying to like help this one here, that one here, and because I'm a fan. I mean, do I have a channel? Yeah, because YouTube makes me have one. I mean, I don't know. I have no content. I think I have one comic book review and a bunch of playlists. I have no content. I'm not a creator. I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I am. And when I see something I like or something, I mean, I didn't come on the internet to be exec producer of this, that, or the other, but I just love helping. Like let's take like with Doomcock. I love Doomcock, and then the first thing happened is that he and I did that video, got like 130,000 views, where I went into Disney and did like a spy video.
Yes,
still on the internet.
Galaxy's Edge one, yeah.
Yeah, the Galaxy's Edge one, still like I think it's up to 130,000 at this point or something like that. He loved it. That's he and I are still great friends, and I still do Friday Night Frolics whenever he calls upon me, maybe once or twice a month at this point. And then from there, from the Galaxy's Edge thing, I got invited by Echo Base Network to do a live stream. Boy, our first live stream at Echo Base Network was a train wreck. We did not know what we were doing at all. But now, the channel, I was exec producer there for a while. Longtime fan. I saw Coach and Nick, and they were catching a lot of heat because people were making fun of guys with Southern accents, and I was so
Mm-hmm.
angry. And I think it
Mm-hmm.
triggered that little boy in me, that kid. When I told the stories when I was younger,
Yeah.
I just wanted to help them and protect them, and I love them. I thought they were smart. They had their hearts in the right place. I still do, and they built something that I'm just so incredibly happy about.
Mm,
I
very
there was this,
proud.
as you know, there's a little bit of a split at Xanadu, and that's how I was very reluctant. I didn't know all you guys that went to create Valhalla. I just sort of went in there, and a lot of you guys just, Loki woke me up, open arms, Dave, Bob, certainly
Mm-hmm.
you, Mark. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Adega and so forth, and the Admiral.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
I
I
still
think
miss him.
Chris, I do as well,
I
and
still miss him. I don't. God, man, it's been a while. I still miss him. Anyway, the Admiral was really great. He's the
he
one that told me.
was.
He's like, "Hey, Mike, don't worry about it. You can stay in Xanadu, and you can come to Valhalla." And then I asked Loki, "Hey, would it be okay if I still?" And Loki was like, "Of course, man." So then Valhalla, I got involved with Valhalla. So there's Echo Base Network, Valhalla. Later Paulie, now Cardinal
Mm-hmm.
Sin as well, and then I've always been a huge fan and try to of Cotton Connection too, which was a very personal relationship because as back when I didn't really know anybody, it was Snow Dub's channel, and he didn't know me for shit. I mean, I was just someone sitting in the back. It was even before he was monetizing, and I just he would just do the stuff that was just so funny. It would just get me through the day, and this is long before I was intimately involved with any of these other channels. So I mean, do what I can here, there, and everywhere. And there's other channels too, um, that I could think, that I could mention and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Cotton Connection and stuff, and then to see you grow out of Valhalla has been such a fucking treat. I mean, you can ask Loki. I mean, I brought it up with Loki 2 or 3 times. Like I think in the last week or two, I'm like, would you go look at Purple Go?
Thank
I'm like,
you.
look at her. Look at you hosting ads and stuff. I'm like, look at you go. I'm
Thank
like
you. I've
so proud.
Thank
And
you.
all
I've
the
had
channels.
incredible support from you, from Loki, from Valhalla, and the outside community. I'm incredibly lucky.
Oh, you're gonna have such a great year. You're gonna have such a great year. We all love you, and you do such a you do such a good job. And the one great thing about you is like the others is that everybody's constantly improving and getting better. It's been a blessing. I'm so proud of Mary. I support Mary
Mm-hmm.
Mayhem, and she just
Yeah.
recently got on the High Council, and I'm so very proud of her. And and I
Yeah.
try. My whole philosophy is that I predicted last August, September. I think this is before I broke my leg. I called up Loki one time. I said, "Look, bro, things are awful. If they don't lift this pandemic by December, YouTubers are going to start eating each other alive, and we're going to start fighting with each other." And it happened to me with a couple channels, and it's happened left and right, as we've seen in recent history. And what we got to do is we got to focus on why we're here. We're here to make friends. We're here to celebrate our fandom. We're not
Mm-hmm.
here to be assholes and judgmental idiots. We're here to love and support each other because all we have is each other. And truth be told, someone said this in a stream that I was recently on, in response to something I said. I can't remember what stream I was on,
Mm-hmm.
but it was something like the guy said, "I've made more friends on YouTube channels and streams than I have in the previous years of my life," and that's true for me too. I mean,
Okay.
at this point
I'd
now,
agree with that.
with Polly, we're doing now a Midnight Edge in Espanol. I'm executive producer of that, or co-producer of that, or some kind of producer of that. I'm a wrench for Midnight Edge. I never thought I'd be. Andre would give me. I mean, it's such an honor to have a wrench for Midnight Edge. I mean, that's I'm really tickled pink. And then to see that Snow Dub is now able to do like 2-3 shows a week pretty consistently, and and uh and survive a couple of really bad things. But then again, at the Con Connection, we just got a huge hit where the quartering just called us out and shot us out. So that was a huge win for us. And
Yes, I saw that.
seeing
That was
your growth
amazing.
is amazing. So I just think there's a lot of there's been some bad things that have happened recently, but let's focus on the good. Let's focus on each other. Let's laugh. Let's cry. Like when Mark with the C when he passed away, it was right after Doom passed away, and there was just
Mm-hmm.
3 really tough weeks for me. And sure, we're
Yeah.
going to have moments of sadness and moments that are going to get to us, but at the end of the day, we have to laugh, cry, and support each other. And when someone types something or says something, we got to assume the best and not assume the worst. And I just want to tell you, I'm so very, very, very proud of you and honored to have been here today. And
Thank you.
ask me whatever other questions you want. And yeah, this was great.
This was amazing, and I absolutely agree with you that we have more in common with each other than we do differences. And I think as a community, we are very, very strong. So thank you. And Mexican Ironman, I think of you as the glue that kind of binds all of these channels together.
Oh, stop! Shh! Don't tell anybody. I'm just the Mexican taco guy in the back. Tacos, enchilada, burrito. See, thanks to Mark, I'm feeling tired. My Spanish has gotten way better.
Yes, I saw a lot of Spanish going on in the chat earlier. I was impressed.
Yeah. We've doubled the Hispanic online population from like 4 to like I think 9.5. So we're doing good. And by the way, that includes Loki.
Oh my gosh. Mexican Ironman, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been amazing. Tell everybody where we can find you.
Well, I'd say go to my channel and sub me, but you're never going to see any content, but you can. I'm on Twitter at MikeHiddleSJ. I'm at, Mexican Ironman. I also have Mexican Ironman Live, which has 3 subs. I don't know why I have 2 channels, but I don't know. YouTube made me. But basically, in the morning, now that I'm 3 hours ahead of California, in the mornings, you'll see me in chat streams. Friday Night Frolics. Doomcock has me on at this. I don't know. I think I've done like 1 or 2. On average, I've done 1 or 2 Fridays a month over there. I'm generally very heavy though right now, doing a lot of stuff with Latino Slant, Midnight's Edge, and I wrench Midnight's Edge Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, Midnight's Edge in Espanol, and a lot of stuff with Pauly right now. Echo Base Network, I'll be, I go to the Saturday shows. Coach has a new channel that he's launched. Everybody should check that out.
Yes, the ASMR channel.
Yeah, ASMR. He does readings, which are just really awesome. He just dropped the 2nd chapter. I just finished the first of his readings, the 1st chapter. So you guys need to check that out. And see, he's grown. They're growing, and they're doing stuff that is just amazing now, and the wrenches are great. Anyway, I digress. The important point of the matter is that I'm around. You guys know where to find me. You know who knows where to find me? Is freaking Keely Chow. Purple, I swear. I go on the most random stream. There can be 9 people there. There can be 1,900 people there. I show up in the stream, and within 15, 30 seconds, Keely Chow shows up like freaking Ultron. Hello, Mexican Ironman. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. And then you know what this guy says in every stream?
What's that?
He's going to roast Doomacorns and War Eagles. No. No. Purple, this guy's going to get me fired for if Doomcock ever sees these. Oh, my God. Doomcock, I don't approve any of this crap that Keely does. At this point, Keely's found me 180 times. Doomcock will be like, well, apparently you support roasting Doomacons. No, my lord. No. Freaking Keely, you're going to get me fired from Friday Night Frolics, freaking guy. This guy.
It's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun until the Mexican gets fired from Friday Night Frolics.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, my love.
Ironman.
I love you.
Thank you, Papi.
Mamacita.
A massive, massive thank you to everyone who joined us today. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your super stickers. You guys are amazing. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back at 10 a.m. Central, as usual, for the Monday show. But until then, you guys have a fantastic weekend. And everyone be good to each other. I think that's the best that we can say, isn't it, Mike?
Indeed. Bye, everybody. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Bye.